Come on, get him. What? Why is this guy so good? Oh, get him. Ooh, why is he... What? Why is he so good? He's just a militia. What is going on here? Okay, I'm going to have to tell all my guys to charge in. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. I think that the reason why they're having so many problems is because they're not charging. They're just kind of standing outside, not really doing anything. And as a result, we are suffering greatly at the hands of the defenders here. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I'm not very good at this whole couch lancing business. I really am not. And I know that I'm not that good at it, so... We're just gonna have to deal with my ineptitude right now. Hello and welcome back to the Ronin, and I just gotta say real quick that I was just about to attack this relatively large army, 291 they have, and then move on to Hubyar straight after that, and then this very second, this very moment, they decided to make peace with each other, and obviously that makes things very difficult for me indeed, because... I've taken a number of them prisoner. The Aserai were basically losing vassals by the day, and as a result, it was making the Tetsujin so much more powerful, but now that is all for naught, and, well, we are in a rather bad situation as a result of what they did here, but, well, I can't really do much about it, you know? That's just how it is. Anyway, let's just see what else I can go for here, because maybe we can go for something that's actually going to help us out a little bit. Noble retinues. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Tier 5 clans. Let me actually just take a quick look here. We are we tier 5? I think we might be tier 5, but we lose 1 influence per day and the party size of their leaders is increased by 40. I mean, I'm not maxing out my army at all. So, I don't know whether that really makes any difference. This is pretty good. Let's get this going. There we go. Let's get that going a little bit. Hanzo's the only one that doesn't like that, hilariously enough. And then we could also get some other things. What about this one? Kingdom decisions, tier 4 plus clan choices have double effect. That means Hanzo can't override people as much. So it might make sense for us to do that as well. Because then if we want to take a castle for ourselves, then that might actually make the most sense, to be honest. Militia quantity is increased by 10%. 10% of militia troops will be higher tier. Revenue paid to both liege and local ruler reduced by 5%. Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. I don't have to spend that much influence on this either. That's pretty nice. And I think we're pretty good there. Alright, so is there anything else? There's a lot of things that are seeming pretty good. Let's go for this one. I'm surprised Hanzo is okay with this one, to be honest, because town taxes paid to the ruler are reduced by 5%. Or that could be, you know, whoever owns the town, so I'm technically shooting myself in the foot there, I suppose. And we have militia qualities increased by 10%. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a good idea. Because anytime you can increase your militia in some way, even if it's just by a small amount, I've always found that that is extremely effective. Surprisingly effective, actually. Anyway, noble retinues. Shall we do it? I'm thinking yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking yeah. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Okay, I don't even need to spend that much influence here. Why am I losing 220? What? I spent 10 influence, but I had 900, so I just spent 700 influence? What actually happened there? I have no idea. But anyway, we did a little bit of kingdom management just now, and as you can see, we have no one that is currently at war against us, so I suppose the best thing for me to do is go throughout Tetsujin territory and try to recruit as many units as I can get my hands on, and try to do some battles with some bandits and maybe do some tasks and stuff like that. But you don't have to be there for that, because obviously you've seen all those kinds of systems and progression and everything. So what I'll do is I'll go off screen, do a little bit of jiggery-pokery here and there, and hopefully there will be another faction declaring war against us soon. Alright, so here we go. We actually do have a little bit of a war declaration here, and that is against the Khuzait. Now, bear in mind that the Khuzait are actually not even looking that good right now. You can see here that their combat strength is Well, not as good as ours. I'm actually kind of surprised about this. Seems like the Khuzait are not doing that well in comparison to other campaigns that we've gone through. And that, as I say, is quite shocking because usually they are one of the best, strongest factions you're going to see. Anyway, unfortunately, we're getting 2 people immediately getting taken prisoner here. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I assume that is because they are in some of the Khuzait towns and they immediately get taken prisoner as a result of that. I actually am unsure about why that happens, but whatever the case, it's happened, so we just have to deal with it. Anyway, we did get 175 in leadership, so we're going to have an opportunity to select another perk. 20% less influence needed to call parties to an army. That doesn't make much sense. And also, troops in your formation gain 5% more experience from battles. That's pretty good, but in my formation, that must mean that I have to be the captain. So in other words, joining someone else's army and leading a contingent or a battalion of units. And that's not something I'm doing a huge amount of. So I guess that doesn't really apply to me. So I will be going for, instead, Uplifting Spirit, which increases battle morale by 10 during siege assaults and defenses. And party size limit is increased by 10 as well. Don't really need that either, because I have such an extreme amount of party size at the moment that I'm literally running around with 335. Yes. Pretty insane, right? Well, I haven't been able to even get them, because here's the thing. I've been running around basically trying to see what I can do about, well, recruiting people for my own, for my own parties and things like that, for my my friends here in my army, and they haven't left me with anyone to recruit, so that's basically how it's gone. And I have done a little bit of selling, a little bit of selling here and there and all that, and we're now going to try our very best and see what happens here. I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to succeed in a siege of some kind before we are beset upon by numerous armies. No doubt it's going to happen very soon, so I have to be quite fast here. So I'm getting up all of my contingency plans, shall we say. And, yeah, this guy's already irritating me, you know that? He's already irritating me. He's literally just got 72 nomads. Are you serious right now, sir? 72 nomads, that's it? Okay, well, you know what? This castle has such terrible defenses. I'm just going to allow the trebuchets just to go up, and we're going to just try and, well, basically just burst it down. Just burst down the walls as fast as we possibly can. And, I guess just say, to screw the consequences. We're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it super, super fast and see what happens. As you can see, the walls are almost down, which is quite surprising in itself. I suppose it shouldn't be that surprising considering there's only 30,000 HP here. I actually wanted to take the nearby town. Now, the main reason why we're taking this, of course, is due to the proximity that this castle has to one of the Tetsugin's main towns. And I didn't really want this to be used as some kind of launching pad or some kind of safe haven for the Khuzait to do whatever they wanted to do, either attack or defend our various incursions into their territory. So that's the reason why I'm taking it. I really wanted to take that other town, but I kind of thought to myself, you know what? Probably not the best idea, because that means that, well, we're dealing with a very, very, well, significant garrison. And it's going to be one of those things where I try very hard to take a town, and then something happens, and then a massive army comes out of nowhere, and then I'm going to have to run away or something like that. And I didn't really want to waste a huge amount of time doing that. So instead, we're just going to take this really, really quickly, and then we'll move on to somewhere else and just try to be really fast in taking a huge amount of different things. And then the AI is probably, or shall we say, at least hopefully, going to be a little confused, and they won't really know what to do and where to go and how to react to it. At least that is the hope. Anyway, I'm going to get off my mount right here because I'd like to do a little bit of crossbow action if at all possible. I think crossbow action's super fun to do, so let's try. Yeah, nice headshot. Thank you very much. Can I get another one, please? Yep, there we go. Nice. I like it. Nice, there's another one. Alright, come on now. I need more of these headshots. I'm not a photographer, but I will try to be. Oh yeah. If you appreciate that joke, then I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Anyway, we're getting a good amount of experience here. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get to 100 crossbow proficiency. It's going to take me a little bit of time to do that, and I'm going to need to get more headshots. More headshots, please. If only I was using a cannon, I'd be able to take multiple headshots at once. Yeah. Do you get it? Do you get it? Because cannon is a type of camera, and cannon is also a bombardment weapon. Yeah. Yes. Okay, terrible. I know. But maybe some of you appreciated it. Okay, so let me see. Oh, what? He took it? He took it in the head and he's absolutely fine? Are you serious? Okay, what's actually going on here, by the way? What is actually going on? Why are we having so many difficulties getting through the enemy's lines when we have such good units? What? Come on now. Are you serious right now? Are you actually serious? Am I going to get killed? Yes, I think I will. What is going on here? This is remarkable. I am actually somewhat shocked. Is it like those other castles that you used to see in Warband, where the castles were basically a death sentence for any attacking army? I think it might be. Oh, hello. Oh, I'm probably going to die now. I gotta be careful. Oh, I gotta be super careful. I can't go any further there. I can't deal with being outnumbered super dramatically, so I'm gonna just try and deal with these guys. Come on, get him. What? Why is this guy so good? Oh, get him. Oh, why is he... What? Why is he so good? He's just a militia. What is going on here? Okay, I'm going to have to tell all my guys to charge in. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. I think that the reason why they're having so many problems is because they're not charging. They're just kind of standing outside, not really doing anything. And as a result, we are suffering greatly at the hands of the defenders here. I'm actually really surprised at that. I wouldn't have anticipated that to be a problem, but apparently it is. A pretty big one, actually. Try and do as much damage as I possibly can as they are moving past. I might even have to retreat. No, there we go. See, look. Now we are starting to charge. This is absolutely ludicrous. I have no idea. I spent a good half an hour off screen literally just running around villages, you know, doing the tedious body work. Body work. We're not working on a car right now. No, that's not what's happening. Anyway, tedious busy work, I was wanting to say. Anyway, point is, we did that, and now all of a sudden, all my guys are getting murdered, including myself. Including myself. Okay, well, let's see what's actually happening here. What happened? What happened here? I'm super surprised. I am very, very surprised. Okay, let me actually just tell these guys to go zoom right in there and see what is indeed happening. Okay, I think we should be fine now. It seems like our combat strength is starting to overwhelm the opponent. And it should. I mean, they only had militia in here. Can you believe how good they were? Wow. That's actually really shocking. Alright, well, we were able to achieve a victory there, even though it was costly. And I'm not entirely sure if we're even going to be able to move on after this. Look at how many casualties we took. 107. Wow. That's really, really bad. 47 casualties for my own army as well. And to top it all off, we don't even get any troops to rescue or anything like that. That is absolutely awful. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so I guess we're just going to have to roll with it. And we're going to have to see what happens after this. As you can see, I lost a huge amount of mounted longbowmen too. How many did I even lose? I should have taken a closer look at that, to be honest. But it seems like I only have 31 of them now in comparison to what I think I had about 50, didn't I? Didn't I have about 50 of these guys? I'm not entirely sure, but we're so close to a town. I will be taking all the prisoners, and we're more than likely going to be able to move away from here relatively fast. And we're going to have to go in here and just wait here for some time. No doubt these guys are going to run away. Are they? Are they going to run away now? Because we are such a significant... Oh, hello there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to leave here if this guy comes over here. He is going to come over here, isn't he? Yeah, he is coming over here, so I'm going to have to leave, unfortunately. There's nothing I can really do about this, because that's 700. We are injured. We have numerous units that are wounded. It's just not going to work, unfortunately. So we're going to have to take a little bit of time to restore ourselves again. I'm not entirely sure why that even happened, to be honest. I think it's because I didn't tell them to charge in immediately. Usually, that is not a good idea. Usually, charging in is probably the worst thing that you can possibly do, because it basically tells your units, for the most part at least, to drop all kinds of pretense and drop all kinds of defenses and so on. And that in turn makes it much easier for your units to die. However, I think as soon as I told them to charge, it seemed to result in many, many more kills for us, which would have been much better to do earlier on, to be honest. But oh well, never mind. Okay, I guess that's just how it goes. And we're now going to have to do something else here. Okay, so I was actually looking for a Naginata, but apparently there's nothing here. I know that someone actually gave me a list of pretty good things. You can see here, I believe these actually use the Naginata headpiece, I think. I'm actually not entirely sure about that, so let me actually just take a quick look at the smelting menu, because there may be some things that I might be able to do. So, for example, this... and this, and there's a bamboo handle, then there's that one, and oh, I don't have any more charcoal. That's actually hilarious. Kind of surprised that we don't have any more charcoal right there, but then we can do this and this, and the two-handed axe, and this as well as, wow, we've got a lot of new parts coming in right here. This is pretty good. Yeah, so as you can see, the Tetsujin long spear doesn't even provide us with any new parts. Otherwise, Bannerlord tweaks would tell us about that. So that's actually kind of interesting. I guess I'm just going to smelt it anyway, just in case. Maybe there is something hidden, but it's highly unlikely. Anyway, I'm just going to refresh the smithy for a real quick second, because that's going to allow me to see exactly what I may indeed need. Or may... oh, no, apparently not, as you can see. It does not allow me to make anything that is cutting damage, as far as I'm aware. Oh, I can make this. This is the katana... but you can see here that the cutting damage is absolutely awful. Yeah, the cutting damage is really, really bad. So I won't be able to do anything with this. What about the cutting damage on this one? Yeah, the cutting damage is really good on this, as you can see. Look at that, 135. That is the kind of thing I want to see. But unfortunately, it is not possible right now. I'm not entirely sure how to get that. I guess we're going to have to do a little bit more searching maybe in the marketplaces. Maybe we'll get lucky and one of the defectors or something like that might turn up, and then we might be able to defeat them and then maybe get a good drop or something like that. Anyway, let's take a look at our medicine skill here. High morale increases the healing rate by 15%. And wow, that's actually really good, because we're at 100 right now. And increase relationship by 1 with a random notable over age 50 while in a town. And then we also have something else here. Resting in settlements increases heal rate by 20%. Increase relationship by 1 with a random noble over 50 while in a town. It's the same thing, no? Oh, random noble. While in a town. Oh, okay. So, I personally feel like this is better. High morale increases the healing rate by 15% because it happens all the time, no matter whether you are resting in a town or not. So I'm going to be taking the top one. Best medicine seems pretty good. And we're just going to be waiting here in the town, hilariously enough. So we could have restored ourselves at a 5% increased pace, but then we would have sacrificed, 15% increased pace anywhere on the map. So that probably would have, in my opinion at least, made less sense. But anyway, we can vote for the owner here. I'm not gonna, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna vote for Hanzo and just get a little bit of extra charm skill and charm XP and just increase my relation with him ever so slightly. Obviously he's not going to be defecting, so it's not really a big deal if I vote for him that much, is it? Anyway, let's take a look at our troops here. I'm gonna need to do a little bit more recruiting because I lost so many units in that. I mean, really, look at it, it's just absolutely insane. I can't believe it. I still am reeling from the results of that battle. I still have no idea how that even happened. I suppose it is indeed because of the because of the charge order that I did actually fail to implement as soon as we really needed it, and that made a huge difference to how successful we actually were. So Samira Castle is most likely going to be taken, but we can take it back really easily. So just bear that in mind. You know, there's not going to be any difficulty in actually getting it back. So we're just going to do this, and then I'm going to go over here, fight these guys. This is going to be really nice and easy too. And who knows, maybe we'll get some really good stuff for it. Obviously, the prisoners are going to be really nice too, because that is going to allow me to recruit those or convert those to our side, and then we'll be able to level those up into rogue trainers and eventually vagrant bosses and so on. And that's really going to make a big difference too. Ooh, we're getting some higher tier units now. Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay, so what do we... we can deliver a herd. Extortion by deserters. Okay, we're going to do the extortion by deserters quest, mainly because I believe I can just wait here, and then they'll appear out of nowhere. And then we'll be able to tackle them extremely easily. And we won't have to worry about them too much. Yep, as you can see, there they are. On the horizon, there's 64 of them. I think I have to wait here, actually. I think I have to wait here for them to attack. But once they attack, then we should be able to deal with them very easily. As you can see, we can just go straight on in there. Boom, done. And then we can take all of these guys prisoner, and hopefully we'll be able to convert most of them. And they are indeed Tetsugen units, which is exactly what we like. So I'm very pleased about gaining those. Anyway, we were able to complete that quest too, and we can now speak to this guy. And I'm going to say, keep your coin. Your people's blessings are enough. Thank you. And we're going to be getting a good amount of relation with him too. And as you can see, he's actually one of the most powerful in this particular village. So, oh, this guy's also extremely powerful. They're both 350 plus. That's kind of insane. All right, I guess I'm going to take this quest then and deliver this to Vostrom. But Vostrom's really far away, isn't it? I think it is super far away. So it's highly unlikely I'm going to be able to get there that quickly, isn't it? It's not, you know what? It's not that far. It's not that far. I think we might be able to make it without suffering too much at the hands of the Khuzait so far. Deliver the herd to Chaikan. Can't do that right now. Family Feud, not going to be doing that one. Just generally, I've had a bad history with Family Feud, even though it is technically one of the easiest quests that you can do. But generally, I'm kind of an idiot sometimes. So generally, when there's a simple answer, I will look for the most complicated one. Yes, that's what I tend to do. Anyway, there we go. Let's try and tackle that guy. I'm not going to be taking looters, mainly because I don't really want to convert them, and they don't really sell for anything, so it's basically pointless for me to take them. Otherwise, let's take a look at some of my units. Look at this. They're all leveling up super fast as well, which is really good. And hopefully we're going to be able to get more and more of these as time goes on. And I think I might even end up getting more archers. Just generally having more archers would be quite good. Generally, if you're able to have any kind of critical mass of a particular kind of unit, then you're going to do okay. Obviously, it really depends on what kind of army you're up against, but for the most part, you're going to be doing pretty nicely. And the one thing that I need to do, though, is I need to figure out where I can get these Tetsugen sharpshooters from, because those guys level from the Tetsugen fire archers, or shall we say they level into the Tetsugen fire archers. So if I show you right here, Tetsugen sharpshooter. Yeah. So they level from that, which is insane. And I'm not entirely sure where they're from, because I didn't know that they even had that. So if I go to units right now, and I just select Tetsugen, then maybe we're going to be able to see them. Let me have a look. Okay, so fire archer, yeah, okay, that's absolutely fine. Can I see, that's the thing, I want to see their actual unit trees, but it seems like that's not really working out too well for me, is it? So I want to see what they actually level from this way, but they don't actually show me it, unfortunately. Maybe I can look in the encyclopedia or something? Maybe that's going to help me? No, I don't think so. If I select them, that's all that it does, unfortunately. So I'm not going to get any additional information in that regard, which is kind of annoying. Ooh, Urzaner Castle has been taken. Very nice. Oh, good work, fellows. So it seems like my my attack on Semira Castle has actually made it possible for one of our other armies to expand our conquest of Khuzait lands by a little portion as well. So that's also good, because that means that if they do end up going to retake that castle, I might be able to head back and take the other one yet again, which would be quite nice. Anyway, let's take a look here. Lycos, that's who we need to speak to. There he is. I don't really care about selling half of the herd now. I basically just deliver the full thing because I'm doing all right in terms of money and I don't really need anything that much. So I can basically just do this. And then I can try to sell a couple of things. There we go. Maybe I can buy some war horses. Nah, not really that much to be found here, unfortunately. But we can get some beer and some meat and some fish, and that's all very well and good. And then we can move on, and we can go elsewhere. And that was that. Okay, so that actually worked out very nicely. Now what we're going to do is we're probably going to go to the front lines. I might like to take Korinia Castle, for example. Generally, I'm looking for any kind of weak spot in the Khuzait's defenses. And anytime you can do that, that is going to be really, really good. I might actually want to take this for myself, so I'm going to spend 60 influence to take this, because I personally trust myself more than I trust some random AI, because they're more than likely going to defect at some point. So I'm going to head over to Urzaner Castle then. I wasn't planning on doing that actually right now. I really wanted to go and take Korinia Castle, because that is basically the only castle around here that kind of... Yeah, Melion Castle is also there, of course, so I suppose there's a numerous amount of different ones, but still, you know, it's always a good idea. Oh, hello there. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, yeah. I can't really do anything about this, unfortunately. I believe that they are most likely going to be murdered. We've taken Semira Castle again, though. As you can see, look at that. We took this. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea how that happened, but apparently it got taken. And it seems as though we are going to end up losing this particular fight. I wasn't able to get here in time. I wasn't aware that they were being pursued by the Khuzait army. But I'm actually wondering, do you think I could attack all these guys? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I can attack this clan right here quickly. Go, 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 go. Please. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is obviously a Tetsujin vassal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight manually. But I think if I was off screen right now, I probably would have auto-resolved this. Mainly because I wanted to very quickly eliminate them, see what kind of loot they gave, because they might have given a Naginata. I'm not entirely sure if they have that as a weapon, but it would have been very cool if we would have been able to gain it. Anyway, I'm just going to put my archers into a loose formation right here. We're going to put our infantry out the front there, and we're going to just basically tell my cavalry and my horse archers just to charge at the enemy's cavalry. Hopefully they're going to actually target them specifically instead of just milling about, doing some random stuff, but we'll see exactly what happens here. So, come on now. Let's do some thrusting. Oh, never mind. Apparently thrusting is not required. Get him. Yeah. Oh, 16. Really? Come on now. 16 damage? That's it? I feel like we can do much better than that, sir. Yes, I'm sure we can. Alright, well, whatever the case, we will be pulling back our cavalry in just a second, as well as our infantry. We need to put our infantry a little bit forward here, get them into a much better situation. And I'm going to go for a bit of a couch lance. Okay, maybe not. Getting shot by your own faction's units is always painful. Oh, now that was some nice damage. Did you see that? That was really good. Oh yeah, very nice indeed. And we took that guy off his mount as well. Couch lancing can be very, very effective at times. Okay, so let's place my archers around about there. Tell our cavalry and our horse archers to charge in now as well. And then we'll see what we can do. I think we're probably going to be fine here. But bear in mind the Tetsujin are very good units in general. So it's obviously going to be quite damaging. Get him. Yeah, I was hopeful that we'd maybe be able to do a little bit more than that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Anytime we can get a nice couch lance, I'm happy for that. I am definitely happy for that. So let's see. Oh, nice. Nice. Took out another one. Very good. Can I get some more, please? Can I get some more? I would like it. More experience gained for me. We took him off his mount. That's all that really matters as well. Anytime you can reduce the mobility of the cavalry, that is always good. No problem whatsoever there. And it seems like our forces are absolutely dominating this particular fight. And we ended up losing 14 units. I wonder how it would have gone if I auto-resolved this fight. I wonder whether I would have lost 14 units. Do you think so? Maybe. Maybe I would have. But yeah, I wasn't particularly playing that defensive here. I still wanted to very quickly get this done so that we could move on. I'm going to take all the prisoners because they do have a couple of Tetsugen, and it would be nice to try and convert them. Are there any Naganatas here available? Maybe? No? Yeah. I think we're going to have some issues trying to find that piece of crafting material. I don't think it's actually going to be that easy. Unless we can maybe find one in a marketplace randomly. I think that's probably going to be the only way that we'll be able to find something that will really get us a guaranteed part. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's just try and convert as many prisoners as I can, and then we'll move on. This is my my town, by the way, so do bear that in mind. We're actually extremely close to my town right now. Anyway, I'm going to give this to Hideyoshi, even though I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. But I could have given it to Hanzo, actually. I could have given it to Hanzo. Oh, well, never mind. If he does end up defecting now, then that's my bad. But, you know, you got to sometimes trust. You know, you have to put a little bit of trust in some people sometimes. Even if you, even if you may predict that it might not go too well. Anyway, let's do a little bit of a auto-resolve right there. And help him out a little, and I'm not going to be taking any of these prisoners. Don't really feel like I'm too invested in what they're offering. And now let's see where these guys are going. They're traveling to Danustica. Alright, so they're disarming themselves. They're going to buy some food, they're going to rest up, or something along those lines. So this gives me an opportunity to head on over to Korinia Castle almost immediately and try another extremely fast siege. Now, let's just have a look here. They only have 100? I didn't even look. I didn't even look at how many they have in the garrison here, but they only have 100 units. I'm actually thinking that we might just literally go and build huge amounts of onagers, but I'm thinking maybe we'll just do the safe option instead. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Basically, what I want to do is I want to eliminate... here we go. There's the army. Yeah, as I thought. I'm actually wondering, do they want to fight? Yeah, I can see why they do want to fight. Right, okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to leave then for the moment. I kind of want to get them a little bit weakened. So I'm hopeful that they might start having cohesion problems or maybe food supply issues or something along those lines. And maybe just a little bit of damage taken, you know? Just a little damage taken. Nothing too dramatic, of course. But it would be nice, you know? It would be nice to have a little advantage here and there. Oh well. Never mind. Won't be taking any of those. As I said before, I kind of want to keep most of my spaces for potential Tetsugen defectors, and then we can potentially try to recruit and indeed convert a number of those units over to our side. Personally feel like that is much more worth it than just having some random units in there that we're going to sell for possible roguery skill. Also, Azurai units, not going to be converting those either. As I've said, we're mostly going to be using Tetsugen units, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of skirmishing here and there now as well. And auto-resolves will have to do for the moment. As you can see, it is seemingly quite simple for us to achieve victory here and there. And we're going to get some pretty good loot too. I'm quite happy with that. Alright, so are we declaring... Oh... Right. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. As you can see, the Western Empire and the Southern. Oh, okay. The Western and the Southern Empires are now declaring war against us. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, look at this. Both armies. Are you serious? Both armies that the Khuzait currently have deployed are attacking me? Little old me? I'm really not doing anything. Yes. They know better, don't they? Oh, yes, they certainly do. They know that we are the greatest threat to them, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, it seems like Erziner Castle has become under siege, as you would expect, and we're probably going to try and get over there. It's that guy. Yeah, of course. It's that guy. Alright, well, there's basically Oh, they have a decent garrison, actually. They have a decent garrison. This might work out quite... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Gotta be a little careful. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. They're going to... Oh, really? Are you serious? Why is that army over here? I have no idea. Alright, so I'm just going to go in. And we're just going to wait here. And we're going to see what he does, because I'd like a siege defense if at all possible. Marinia Castle is now also under siege by the Southern Empire. I can't defend everywhere, guys. I can't defend everywhere. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. Anyway, I'm very much hoping that they might come over here. I'm going to go into improved garrison. Are we actually recruiting people from here? Yeah, it seems like we are. Let's recruit from the prisoners as well. And we also need to... set the amount of troops. We're going to put 150. That's generally what I do for castles. And, well, I could wait here for some time, or I could just leave them to it. I think I probably will leave them to it for the moment, maybe? I'm going to attack these guys, if I can get them. Is he that much faster than me? 6.4. Yeah, he's super, super fast. Alright, so it seems like I won't be able to get him into a battle or anything, but I can get these guys. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, come on now. Good. I'm not sure whether actually, you know what? I'm gonna start taking these people prisoner now, because I think we are in a bit of a dire situation, and being able to take them prisoner and remove them from the battlefield altogether is probably going to be extremely powerful for us, at least for the moment. I don't want to do that all the time. But for the moment, I think it is... Oh, we're making peace with the Western Empire. Okay, yes, I would like to do that. Thank you. Very good. Are they paying us something? Oh, they're paying us only 820. Well, that's really not very good. I personally would have bartered for a little bit more than that. I feel like it really does require it, considering we're actually having a pretty significant advantage against them. But apparently they don't think so. Apparently they don't think so. Alright, well, never mind. Okay, let's take some more loot and move on. And we have a number of people going into the town here, Disporion among them. Let's have a look and see what's going on over here. They still haven't started. Are you serious? These guys are super weird. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, generally what I would have done here in their situation is just gone straight on with the siege. I mean, technically I wouldn't have, obviously, because I think that is really not very good. I feel like it would have been much better. Oh, there we go, there we go. They're actually starting. Okay, this is fantastic. This is really, really good, by the way. So, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until they have eliminated themselves, basically. They're pretty much just killing themselves right now. That's what they're doing. And now I'm going to go in. Boom. Right there. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. So now, technically I can auto-resolve, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play extremely defensively in this particular fight, and we are going to utilize our archers to their greatest effect, because let's face it, they probably have double quivers equipped. Don't they have double quivers equipped? I actually have no idea about their equipment, but if they do, then this is going to be an exceptional strategy to employ with them. Now, the one problem that we're going to have, of course, is that the Khuzait are very, very heavy in terms of cavalry. They really do love their cavalry. And it's going to be quite harsh if we allow them to charge at us without any kind of retaliation plan in action. So I'm going to try and get my archers up here, infantry in front of them, and then we'll get my cavalry to be behind the archers, just in case the cavalry decides to charge into them. And if the cavalry gets close to us, of course, then we will tell them to charge nevertheless. So let's see what happens. They're actually coming in here, but they are, I think, probably going to get killed. They're getting killed by Naginata warriors actually right now, which is hilarious. They're getting murdered. The cavalry is getting murdered. The overpowered cavalry. Oh yes, I like it. Yeah, he's off his mount as well now. That's really good. Let's tell our cavalry to charge in now too, so that they can maybe do a little bit of counterplay here. Nice. Even just a little bit of damage here and there. Doesn't really matter. Any kind of damage is good. Obviously, except 0. Except 0 would be nice. Alright, seems like they are now running away, so it seems like we have indeed pushed them off. And the enemy is kind of doing some weird stuff. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I want to move my infantry round about here. And we'll move the archers a little bit ahead as well. And it seems like the opponent is also attempting to do a similar thing. Let's get my cavalry to move, because no doubt they are going to start shooting at them. And most of my cavalry, I believe, do not have shields. So, I think so at least. I'm not entirely sure. But that's going to make them pretty susceptible to ranged attacks. So we should be a bit careful about that. Nice damage. Yes, that's what I like to see. Thank you. But yeah, you can see what's happening here. Most of my forces are able to deal with them quite nicely. I'm surprised about that, to be honest. Nice couch? No? Ah. Yeah. Turned into more of a sofa right there. Oh well, never mind. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I'm not very good at this whole couch lancing business. I really am not. And I know that I'm not that good at it, so we're just going to have to deal with my ineptitude right now. And hopefully it's going to be enough. That's pretty much all I'm trying to do here. Okay, nice shield wall for our infantry, just in case, you know, just to give them a little bit more defenses in this situation, while our longbowmen deal most of the damage, and of course our cavalry. Let's do a nice little couch lance at someone here. Maybe this guy? Nope, never mind. Okay, apparently we'll just ignore that. Yeah, we're hitting all kinds of wrong targets right now. This is pretty terrible. Oh, there we go. Nice. That is what I'm talking about. Very good. I'd like to deal damage to more of the enemy's cavalry if at all possible, but I'm not really having that much luck in getting into the... Ah, nice. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Getting into the same space as them is quite difficult because they are very fast. You can see that right here with this guy. Look at him. He's traveling at the speed of light almost. Trying to kill that Naginata warrior or something like that. Anyway, I'm just going to tell my infantry to charge in now. I believe this is probably going to be pretty good for us. And that guy blocked that. Unfortunate. Nice. Take him off his mount. Didn't kill him, but took him off his mount. That's all that matters. Kill that guy. And I have to be careful as well because I don't want to die. That's the thing. Really don't want to die, because if I die, then that means that our forces are going to start auto-delegating to themselves. And while that system is a very welcome addition to the game, because obviously bear in mind that we didn't used to have that, unless you had, you know, some kind of mod installed in the previous version of the game. Bear in mind that the previous version of the game did not work the same in terms of modding. So basically what you'd do is you'd have one mod installed, and that would have a bunch of sub-mods that were incorporated into it. You see, so you weren't necessarily in full control of what kind of features you had and which ones you didn't. So for example, if some mod had, you know, one feature that you really loved, it would be quite difficult to take that feature and put it somewhere else, or at least you'd have to have some kind of know-how to be able to do that. And for someone like me, who's not particularly good with that kind of thing, yeah, it is not that easy to do. But anyway, I believe that is indeed a victory for us, which is wonderful. And I think this probably redeems us for that terrible, terrible action that we had in Samira Castle earlier on. Because let's face it, that was awful. I was looking at the combat strength back then, and I was thinking to myself, what is going on? You know, because usually if you have auto-delegate on in a siege situation, your units are usually going to react in favorable ways. They're usually going to be able to deal with themselves quite well, and they're not going to do stupid stuff. But in this case, they did. Apparently they really had some huge issues. So it's good that we, you know, finally took charge, if you excuse the pun, and we took them down. And now Samira Castle is basically ready to be taken anytime, if it has been taken back, actually. I need to possibly check that, but this is going to be a very good victory for us as well, because what we can do now is we can take a huge amount of their vassals prisoner. And that's all that matters, you know. Removing those vassals is going to weaken them so significantly that they might indeed even try for a peace agreement. And any kind of peace agreement that they want to give me, I'm going to accept that. If, well, I actually have no no control over that, unfortunately. But it would be very cool if we could see some kind of peace at least. Because then we can focus on the Southern Empire and the other one. You know, the, what is it, the Northern? Yeah, I think it's the Northern. Oh, that guy died! Look at that! They lost an extremely valuable vassal in that action. That is gonna teach them. No, it's not actually. It's not gonna teach them, not in a million years. They're gonna continue doing the same exact stuff that they've always done, but still. It would be nice if it taught them a little bit to be somewhat wary of us, but no, they're not going to do that. Alright, let's go to the dungeon. Let's place a bunch of people in here. We're wanting to put these two guys in here. Apparently I can't place this guy in here, so I won't be able to do that, but oh well. Never mind, never mind. Let's just continue leveling people up. Let's continue getting mounted archers, the cavalry that can do massive damage. We like it. And then we'll get a couple of extra rogues here. These guys. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch. Oh yeah, I don't want Azurai. Although, actually, you know what? I'm going to be recruiting these just so that I can give them to my friends in my army. Because I don't really have too many strict rules. Basically giving them only certain kinds of units to use. I think that is probably going to be detrimental in the end, so it would probably be a good idea for them to use a variety of different ones. So let's just give them a whole bunch of Azurai here. I mean, it's not even that huge amount, to be honest. It just kind of supplements the ones that they've just lost in that battle. So there you go. Gavin's got a bunch of extras. Okay, that is indeed it. Let's have a look at the map now and see what's even happening. Oh, Danustica is looking mighty fine right now. I will probably be ending up trying to take that, because if you recall in a previous episode, I actually wanted to take that, and then, yes, lo and behold, the Southern Empire decided to declare peace with us, just when I was about to take it. So, yeah. Seems like they have a knack for doing that in this series so far, haven't they? Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.